Hey YouTube, long time no see. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. I hear the girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Y'all come on in here. We're just gonna talk about, let's talk. Come on in. Come on in here. Come on in here. Like the video as you come on in here. Come on in. Tap in, honor students. Tap in. I know it's been a minute. We're catching up. Listen, we're going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Y'all know what y'all like to talk about. I'll let you talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Celebrity gossip, YouTube streets, whatever. It's going down. I know it's going down. It's going down in every sector. It is going down. Come on in. Come on in. Give y'all a minute to come on in. Like the video as you come on in. I need to edit this. Let me see. Let me see. Let's edit this title. Come on in. Y'all come on in. Just before I went live, I listened to an interview, a part of an interview with Shannon. Was that Shannon? What's his name? Shannon Sharp. Is that his name? Club Shay Shay. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Club Shay Shay. Is his real name Shannon Sharp? I think that's his name. He do the show with Ocho Cinco. He did an interview. I just watched a clip. I probably have to watch the full interview, but it was a pretty good interview. What's up, Dr. J? Let me go ahead and add you as a moderator. You know, folks get to doing the most. They might pop out. It's a different type of playground, you know, over here. So it might be a little better because, you know, it'd be rough. Only the strong can survive on that other channel. Yes, I decided to go live again because, y'all, it's been going down for what I hear outside of. Listen, it's been going down in the political street. So I'm really, really tapped in over there. But, child, I'm hearing the people saying, chic, The politicians ain't the only ones that's out here going through it that's needing your services. The people in the YouTube streets, these content creators, these celebrities, everybody going through it. So I'm like, okay, let me give the people a place to talk because y'all know what I became known for. Talking my talk as it pertains to these other content creators. Y'all my OGs, y'all know. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give the people the time to come back, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Whatever you want to talk about. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Chic. This is my channel, Chic Speaks. I hadn't been over here in a while. I have a second channel, Chic Speaks, on it. So I've been tapped in on some political things over there. But this channel, this is just, child, it's the Anything Goes channel. How about that? This is the Anything Goes channel. So, yes. Today, I want to just talk about whatever you all may want to talk about as far as what's going on. I hear other, content creators and things kind of are at it. Y'all remember the old, the way, it was when I was on here last year. It was react regularly to the popular YouTube channel, Queen of Kings, y'all. It's been so long. Thank you, Dr. J. You know I'm tapped out. I forgot the name. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Whoever thought I'd get here. So thank you for that. Because I'm like, what was that child channel name? That's how removed I am from it. And to be honest, hey, what's up, Iman? Let me, hold on, let me cancel. Let me as a moderator, managing moderator. Okay, just make sure we good with our moderators over here. Yes, so y'all, I forgot your mind. I forgot the name of the channel. Dr. J had to remind me the name of the channel. That's how much I was removed from doing content for that channel. So, background story going into 2025, it was a lot going on. Yeah, people crazy. So, I had made a decision to move around and just no longer react to that content. It was enough reactors out there. It got to the point even the reaction channels, they started even fighting amongst themselves. And I just decided that just was not the energy I wanted when I came onto YouTube. It wasn't about just going back and forth with anybody, someone feeling less of themselves because of maybe what I said. That was just never my intent. But, as I continued to grow and become a larger platform, I became a space where people felt comfortable with coming over to express themselves about that particular channel, and a lot of it was not good. And I even had interactions. I have some videos out there where I interacted even with the queen herself, Rose Miller, the Queen of Kings. And we had some back and forth, couple of videos. Someone, pleasant and one not so pleasant. So those were the days. Dr. J says, I like you better in this space. Better in the space I'm talking about. Yes, I like myself better in this space. And so I don't, to be honest, know what's going on in the space and the reaction world as it pertains to that channel. I honestly don't know because I don't listen to anyone's content who react to that channel, and I don't even listen to any content for that channel. It kind of just doesn't even come in my recommendations anymore. I'm removed from that space. But what I'm hearing, what I've learned is that Rose Miller is still going through it and she's still fighting with the people on the internet, and it's given that she's not in a good space right now. Which I can understand because, child, she wasn't in a good space when we left off in 2024. And low-key, I have thought about her lately, wondering, how she's been and wondering if things have gotten better for her, just, because as she would refer to my page and other reaction channels, she'd refer to them as the hate pages. And so I knew that I no longer covered her, and there were other content creators who had moved around and said they were no longer going to cover her as well. And occasionally, back when I would see their videos come up, I would see them kind of cover her, but not to the length of what they did before. So I thought maybe, she was kind of doing better as far as with, the fights on the internet. But child, from what I hear, she's not. I'm hearing she's not. And to be honest, I don't know what's going on with her. So I really don't have an opinion about anything that woman is doing. I really don't, because I just don't know. I just don't know. Historically, I have not even been open for hearing anything associated with her or what's going on with her and her channel or anything. But right now, today, this is an opportunity where, whatever anyone wants to talk about, regardless of the channel, if anyone wants to talk about anything, I am open to hearing it. Now, I don't know if this is going to be an ongoing thing, but I'm open to hearing about it today. So come on in here, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to do the best I can to, get through and look at the comments, because sometimes I get to talking, child. So I want to make sure I'm engaged with you all. Some of you may be new to my channel. Hello, I'm Chic. This is a reaction channel. When I am on here doing work, I'll react. I have some fitness videos, but all things like mental health, celebrity gossip, anything. But I'm going to intertwine mental health with it, because that's my background. I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. So I react to things with factoring in just the psyche, the psyche, the emotion, all of that stuff, the things that make us human. And When we, the things that take place in this world, like, it has an impact on us. When we are content creators, we are on the internet, and people create channels and they have their opinions about us, it's going to have an impact on many of us, and some more than others. But some people get that smoke more than others because, their channel is just one that brings a lot of attention. And the bigger the channel, a lot of what I've come to see, the bigger the problems. You're getting more views, more people, want to react to your channel because it's like you're getting the views. So they're like, hey, let's do a reaction to this channel because people are talking about it. So naturally, if I, react to that channel, it's going to bring in followers. So that's pretty much kind of how it goes with that. And it comes with the territory. I'm no different. I'm no different. So this is what it's about. And not everybody can handle the opinions that people have of them. And that's just even in your everyday life and even on the internet. What they say, only the strong can survive, survival of the fittest. Like, that is a real thing. That is a real thing. And right now, listen, people, from what I hear, still have strong opinions about Rose Miller and how she moves. I do know, she should have just celebrated. I think she just celebrated coming out the month of March, one of her children's birthdays, and her husband's birthday. I remember their birthdays are in March. Her second born, number 2, and her husband are both March. Remember, I used to react to this channel, so I know a lot about her, a lot. And but it was just, the content that I covered. So people would come to watch my channel, to listen to me give my feedback about her and what's going on with her. So I knew a lot about her in 2024. I don't know what's going on with her today. I do not know what's going on with her today. But what someone did share with me before, which is what prompted me to, open up the floor to talk about things. Just today, before I went live, someone mentioned that they saw something of hers that came up in their recommendations, and she was spazzing out and just talking about just not being, just fighting with other fellow content creators. Much of those content creators, that I used, with engage with as well when I covered that channel in 2024. So I have nothing negative to say about really anyone, those reaction channels or Rose Miller. What I will say is that there's a lot going on right now with just in the world, that it's heavy on just any and everybody. It's very, very heavy. And the added, I think, with everything that's going on with just the job market, inflation, just on the food and the housing, that's a lot in itself. And you're raising children, so that's just a lot. So we're just gonna say your average person is just feeling the effects of that. Now, when you add content creation, when you add being heavy on the internet, and people are able to see what you're doing, how you're doing, and voicing an opinion, and then creating content centered around that, that can be an added stressor to everything else that you got going on. So when I learned that, okay, Rose may be out here struggling, mentally because of everything that's going on out here, that was a thought I had. I'm like, okay, with like everybody else, she's probably going through it with just the world, with trying to navigate through all these changes that no one's exempt from. Even the rich are feeling it in some type of way. But people on the internet, listen, that's just a whole nother fight. And I'm happy to say, in this season, I'm not fighting with anyone on the internet, no other channel. Of course, I have my trolls and things that come through the chat. I have awesome moderators. 2 of them are here right now, Dr. J, Yvonne, awesome moderators. So I always say they protect my peace. And I understand that, in a very big way these days, especially with my other channel, when I get a lot of people coming through voicing their opinions, and a lot of time their opinion isn't favorable. And my thing is, come over, talk your talk, but just be respectful with it. And you have some people who don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. So leads to, like, with this conversation I'm having with respect and covering someone and talking about something and doing it from a place where it's respectful, and you're going to talk your talk and have your opinion, but it's just how we're going about doing it. And for me as a content creator, I've made the decision to want to share my opinions and things from a space of where someone is feeling like, okay, I really feel like you're trying to help, and it's not that you're trying to put me down or kick me while I'm down. And I know that in the past, that just wasn't always maybe how someone felt about me with how I covered things. And that was during a season where I just wasn't really heavily concerned, I guess, on the end of how a person felt about, as far as how I was covering them. But I'm in a different space, and I know there is a way that I can still get my opinion out, share how I feel, do my best to help, while also not having someone feel just worse than what they were feeling before. So again, it's about how you do it. Many of the other, reaction channels last year also talked about, hey, I'm going to back away from the content, move around, do something different. And from what I have seen, like, I think some of them tried, but many of them, like, they still kind of went back to it. And I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to tell you why I feel like a lot of people cover content the way they do. Clicks and views equates to money. I repeat, clicks and views equates to money. And the recipe for success on YouTube is you're figuring out the content that the people want, and you're judging that by the clicks and the views, right? You're judging it by the clicks and the views, and then you got to incorporate, like, the engagement piece with how long they're watching your content. That's very important. I want you to understand that. That's very important with how long people are watching your content, because that is where really the money, like, really comes in there at. It's like a combination of the views or people coming in, and then the length of time you're holding their attention. Got it? So as content creators, it's trial and error. We come out here and we do this content, and we hope that it hits, meaning that it's a combination of the views, the people. Like right now, I'm seeing 8 of you. I haven't been on this channel in a while. I have to get back in the algorithm, so I understand that. So my other channel, my newer channel, that's what, 8 months. I don't how long is that channel? That channel about 7 to 8 months. That channel over there, it's started heavily in algorithm, because that's my new playground where I'm at. So I get a lot. As soon as I go live, people come in, thousands of people come through. That's now on its way to becoming even bigger than this channel. But I'm back on this channel because it's been a long time, and I had some things to say that was non-political. So, content creators, what we'll do, we'll put content out here. We'll see what hits, and that's based off of our analytics. So we'll see how many people came through and how long they stayed. If they came through in a pretty good number, so I'm going to call a good number on a live for a channel of my size, a good number, 80, over 100, which back when I consistently covered the reviews of the Queen of Kings, I can get over 100 people watching, and watching. So you got the numbers, and then the length of time they stay. Y'all, I was looking at my analytics, covering Road Queen of Kings content. People would literally watching my videos for 30 plus minutes. Like, that's crazy. 30 minutes, 33 minutes. I had a video where somebody was watching and listening to what I had to say about that channel, whatever I was talking about. That is a long length of time, you all, to keep someone's attention. That is a long length of time, because you all know people have short attention spans. But guess what? That equates to money. So if that's a video that maybe had 2,000 views, and the average person was watching for 33 minutes, that equates to money. I would also tell people that they say they don't like Queen of Kings, but they don't like Queen of Kings, but then they do. They like to be a part of the gossip and the conversation centered around Rose Miller and her family in that channel. So it's almost like a love-hate thing, and I would put that out there. Because she has, I don't know what her following is now. When I left off, it was like it was maybe like 1.1 million, 1.2 million. And I'm sure it's larger. You know, I haven't covered her since December. So a lot of the reason why people still cover Queen of Kings and react to that channel is because it's a popular channel and it equates to the clicks and the views, which is the money. So people will move around and try different things. But for some of them, the clicks and views, it's not there like it is when they cover Queen of Kings. Even with my second channel, when I was trying to feel my way around and try to figure out like, okay, what am I going to talk about? Up until I started doing the politics, there was nothing else that really hit the way it did, like, you know, with like me covering Queen of Kings. It is what it is. Now that I cover politics, I get a lot more views than when I cover Queen of Kings. But it's still, like I say, a combination of people coming through and then the length of time that you're keeping their attention. So when you're seeing these content creators cover these people over and over again, that's what it's about. Dr. J said, I'm trying to get my channel off the ground. It's a challenge learning the process. Gee whiz, it's a challenge. I've been on YouTube since 2020. I got this channel monetized last year in, I think August or September, I think I got monetized. And listen, I got monetized after I started reacting to Queen of Kings. What happened was in July, at that point, I was at, how many subscribers I had? I don't even know if I don't even think I had 500 subscribers when I did my first Queen of King reaction videos, to be honest. I don't think it was even 500. I think it was like 4 something, maybe around 450. I had 400, like around 450 subscribers last July. I reacted to a Queen of Kings video where she spazzed out on her husband and called him broke everything under the sun. I, at that time, was doing just live workout videos. I had just kind of returned back to YouTube after taking a break. And I had an opinion because I wasn't that familiar with that channel, but I knew enough to know that the things she was saying when she went off did not line up with to the brand that she had kind of built up and kind of what she sold us on as to what her life was about. So I reacted. I was like, oh, well, snap, let me just go on the internet and share my opinion. You know, I have a channel. And that video took off. A lot of people saw that video. And next thing you know, I was now reacting to that channel, that content regularly. Along with, I still continue to do my workout videos, but I also reacted to Queen of Kings. And with the combination between the workout videos and Queen of Kings, I just quickly kind of grew and hit maybe within July, August, September, within 2 months, hit my first goal of 1,000 subscribers. And then you all, after I hit the 1,000 subscribers, 5 weeks later, I hit another 1,000 and I hit 2,000. Yeah. So that's how I got this channel what it was. And then after that, I started kind of backing off. I started kind of getting some strikes on my channel from that channel with her not liking content. And it just became a whole nother thing. So my growth kind of slowed down. My growth slowed down as on that channel. I still talked about it, but my growth slowed down, and I was just strategic with how I covered it. And that's when I created my second channel, Chic Speaks on It. So if you want to hear from me more frequently, you'll find me on my second channel, which is now nearing 2,000 subscribers. We're at a little over 1,800. My goal is by tomorrow to hit the goal of 2,000 subscribers on that channel. And it's very doable because a lot of people come through on that channel. What's up, Virtuous? A lot of people come through on that channel. So we're definitely on our way with meeting that goal. So I moved around. But I'm letting you know the story as to why I moved around and why I'm no longer on this channel as regularly. I moved into a different space. It's a different type of energy over on my second channel. But from what I'm hearing in the space of the reaction channel as it pertains to Queen of Kings, child is still going down, and it's giving the same energy that it was giving from 2024 and beyond. I didn't start covering her content until 2024. If any of you have opinions about just anything, just content creation, Queen of Kings, reaction channels, whatever, this is opportunity where you can share it and I'll give my feedback. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. Dr. J says same old energy. And sometimes you got to move around and do something different to get a different response or an experience. And that's pretty much what I did for me. And it was definitely liberating. I'm just in a better space. Those, when you know, my mods, they mod on both my channels. They know it's a different type of energy over there. It's real different. Virtuous says, no, please leave that mess over there. She gives me headaches. So, Virtuous, from what I learned before going on this live, because I was like, oh, let me just tap in with the crew just about whatever. Not necessarily anything Queen of Kings. I was just, opening up this as an opportunity for anyone who did want to voice their opinion about anything else going on the internet that I don't touch on my second channel. Because y'all know, sometimes even on my other channel, people will come through and kind of slide in comments about just other things that are going on that I no longer talk about. So today I'm like, listen, I got time today. I'm rested. If there's other things you want to talk about, I'm open to talking about it on this channel. I have been trying to figure out what direction I want to take this channel, to keep it separate from my other channel. So my other channel is pretty much now probably like my world news type channel, politics channel. This channel is just everything else. Everything else. And for the most part, it's just been hard for me to break away from just stuff going on in the world and be caught up in just the shenanigans and the nonsense that's going on, that really, to me, people that deals with stuff that really don't matter, to me, that's in my opinion. And Rose out here, the way I view her in current times is that she out here struggling like many other Americans. She just, struggling in many similar ways. And I can imagine that her mentals are challenged because she's a big person on the internet. And people are looking for content ideas. And listen, from experience, covering that channel is definitely a channel that you'll definitely get your clicks and views. You will definitely get the clicks and the views, and which equates to money. And what Rose, and I'm sure Rose, I will repeat it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Rose, with a lot of what people are saying on the internet about you, if you happen to come across this video, it's nothing personal. It's money. It's money. Clicks and views equates to money. It's not personal. Now, can the thing still bother you and have you feeling away? Yes, it can. I understand. But I need you to understand also that it's rooted in money. And what I've come to find out is a lot of times when you come to understand what the root of something is, you tend to deal with it better. You can kind of remove yourself from the situation as far as your personal feelings, because it's just the internet. And people talk about how they see how I can be very unbothered when it comes to a lot of things centered around the internet, and even with the comments on my channels, on my other channel, because I know it's just the internet. What you call them, keyboard thugs? People get so bold when they're just in the comfort of their homes and they're on the internet. They talk real greasy. They do and say things that they wouldn't dare do and say if they were in your presence. Let's just listen. We're going to talk about it. People get real bold. People get real bold when they're, at home and they're away from you. So when you understand that, you're not going to spend that time going back and forth with people like that on the internet in that type of way. And that's what I think more people really have to try to understand. Because as I'm just going up and down and through my YouTube and looking at my recommendations, there are so many content creators out here who are fighting amongst one another. How many of you all see it? It's just not reaction channels to the Queen of Kings. It's in the gossip sector. It's all of them. There's so many people who are just fighting with another content creator and throwing around lawsuits or whatever. Hold on, let me turn on my porch light one moment. There are so many people who are fighting, and it's so regular, and I'm just like, because I have the ability to eat, to separate, like to compartmentalize my thoughts and emotions in a way that maybe the average person don't. It's not easy. It's not hard for me to not get caught up in a back and forth, because some of you, even with the reaction sector last year, you didn't see me getting caught up in a lot of drama and nonsense, because it's how I view things. It's how I move. I'm solo dolo. So what you're not really going to see is someone on my channel, on my stage. You're not going to do that. And it's very rare that I've ever been on someone else's stage. And even the last time I have, it's been like 7 months ago. It's been so long ago. So I find that it's better when the smaller your circle. And it's just even in real life, the smaller your circle, the less problems you tend to have. The smaller your circle, the less problems you tend to have. Protect Your Peace says, but she does and say shocking things for click and views, as well, especially race baiting. Exactly. I agree. That is the talking points I would have when I used to cover that channel very regularly. That, you have somebody who will throw rocks and hide their hand. She does that. She does that. She's also a content creator. And content creators, for clicks and views, they'll just do the absolute most, throw out stuff, just show up and show out because it equates to money. And what I've found since I've been on the internet is that the more desperate people become for the clicks and views, the more outlandish that you see them behave on the internet, the crazier the things that they say on the internet. It's just like you just see just any and everything. And a lot of times you're going to see that type of energy from those who solely rely on content creation for survival, for making money. They don't have anything else. See, since I've been on YouTube since 2020, I've never not had something else. YouTube has always just been in addition. And this channel just got monetized not even a year ago. So all that I got ain't got ish to do with YouTube. I can't remember the last time I got a check from a YouTube, because I hadn't even been going live on this channel. And my second channel just got monetized almost 2 weeks. This weekend will be 2 weeks. Monday will make 2 weeks since my channel has been eligible for monetization. So that means I haven't even gotten paid out on that channel. So I right now haven't collected a check from YouTube. But a lot of people, they have been collecting a check from YouTube for a little minute, to where they're relying on that money. So regardless of any headaches that they may cause out here, they're going to do it because they need the money, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get your attention. And yes, you're going to have reaction channels that's going to react to your shenanigans. It goes both ways. Let me see. Come on in. Please like the video. Like, share, subscribe. It's been a minute. I'm just tapping in with you all. Dr. J say you see the nonsense regularly. Protect Your Peace says race baiting is such a hot button, social issues, and she paint brush black people all as a problem. Protect Your Peace says, I can't tell if she is doing it for clicks and views or she convinced herself that she is right. I think it's a combination of both. I think, sometimes if you do something long enough, like you can start believing the ish that you like. It's both. And she's been doing this for a long time. It's both. And then she sees that, okay, well, the more extreme that I get, but also she's gone on record and talked about mental illness. She said that her mother has struggles with bipolar disorder. Rose has acknowledged that she struggles with anxiety. So I think it's a multitude of things. Two things can be true at the same time. I think we see a lot of things play out in her channel, on her channel, which is why I would cover her channel the way I did and do a lot of psychoanalyzing, because from my background with clinical mental health counseling, I can recognize things and see things show up. And so she not selling whoop tickets when she talk about mental health disability, her struggles, because, oh child, listen, she's exhibiting all of the symptoms for multiple mental health, for multiple mental health challenges. She is multiple mental health disorders. She talked about bipolar disorder. She talked about anxiety. um, she may have some other things, maybe even centered around some PTSD from things that she may have experienced in the past. So I used to break all that down. Protect your peace. I don't really recognize your name. Can you tell me if you are a follower for of my channel in the past? If you've seen any of my reaction videos for that channel, because I used to go deep when I would talk about that channel. Um, and I would go all into the psyche and things. And she'd come through a few times. I think she would listen to my channel. She'd shown herself in my chat and let me know that she was there a couple of times. But I know she saw me multiple times, because sometimes in her content, she never would say my name in her content, but she'll say things that came. She'll regurgitate some things that I'd say. So I knew that I had her attention. She was listening. I think the major issue that she had pretty much with my channel is that she didn't like me pointing out the negative about her. She didn't like that. So she wanted to kind of pick and choose, I guess, to control, like, okay, well, how I was covering her. But I think of all the channels, I was probably like the one she probably had the least problems with, because most people found that I covered her and in a different kind of way than other people covered her channel. It was just it was different. It was a different type of way I covered her channel. We all covered our channels very differently, but I feel like with my channel, she had she didn't have the most issue with it, just because of like how I covered it. Um, Protect your peace says, I'm a follower of you because we have the same background credentials. Okay, thank you so much. So you're familiar. So I covered her channel just very differently, but I think she just would have wished that I just didn't call her out on the things that she was doing the way that I did. And you have some people like that. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm doing this, but I don't really want you to say something about it. I don't want you to talk about it. Like, yeah, but I mean, I don't I don't want you to, put it out there like that. I just want you to talk about the good or whatever. But I would kind of talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly when I would cover her. So it wasn't all bad. I would celebrate wins or acknowledge things. Your piece says, I missed you covering her. You were always objective. Thank you so much. Like, that was how I would do it. I felt, but it got to a point to where I felt like I was objective, but at the same time, I felt like the more that I was seeing her just do the absolute most, the more harsh I started to become with my words and my feedback. But I was responding to what I was seeing. It was just, listen, it was just a lot. It was a lot going on, and I'm like, this is right here. Like, I really felt like something got to be said, and the more outlandish and things that I would see and hear, I would react in a way to where it got to a point to where, like, it was just the tussle with just people from like that corner, and I just didn't want to bring it into the new year. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna move around and I'm gonna talk about something else. I'm gonna talk about other things. So it was a trial and error with me figuring out, okay, what is